Everybody, thanks for checking out the Chris Gethard Show podcast. That's really cool that you're checking this out.
We're about to do, I think, the dumbest show we've done in years.
His life would be trashed! And you better believe I'm trashed.
We are scrappy trash people.
What's the point of this show? I just turned it on.
We've always been with this show.
We've always been trash people. We will always be trash people.
It's true.
This doesn't feel real.
Hello!
Live from my grandmother's basement, we are the Trash People. I'm Emily Pineapple.
And I'm Forrest, keeper of the cannon.
And we talk about things in some way related to the wide world of the Twitch comedy streaming network,
Planet
Scum!
With musical guest.
And we have a box!
Yeah. We have a box here. We have a box here.
We have a box here.
What's in
and
this
we
box? I really want to know.
You do really want to know. So do I. We have a fly-ass interview coming for you in
sure
just
do.
a little bit. But we might as well start off with what's in this box. It's a box.
Show and tell. It's a box.
It's a
brown box. I took off the address lip, but it came to us.
Anyone can do and have a box and do a box show.
That's
It
a
is
beautiful thing. Stephen Premmel's so
very
excited. Yeah, so here we go. We're going to unbox this box.
And show you all
what's inside. So
I'm really excited.
This
It
box,
is just a plain cardboard box.
just a plain cardboard box, which has not been the case historically from this sender.
Ryan, remember the box show? That was the thing. But that's what Virgo said. Anyone can have a box and do a box show.
Stephen Premmel thinks it's his hair?
Oh, interesting.
Interesting. I'm going to turn just a little bit so you can see it more dead center. J.D. Smith Digital Artist hopes it's not actress Gwyneth Paltrow's head. I do too.
Yeah, that'd be messy.
Is it dumb merch? Well, is it the merch?
It's dumb?
It's the merch.
It's the merch!
I'll get it. But look at this hat. Look at
this. It's a da hat.
Look at the hat with this embroidered
It's a da hat.
da on it. Isn't that exciting?
Ooh.
There's more than just da merch in here too, by the way.
It's a da shirt.
But there's a da shirt.
It's a da shirt.
Oh, cool. Single Walk Run wore it to work today.
Amazing.
The hat, that is.
And even better, it's
the Super Weird Bowl 2 shirt featuring the Hoagies versus the Sundays.
beautiful.
So happy. This is my favorite 90s wrestling shirt now.
Yes.
I'm so happy.
And that's what's in the box.
A box full of Nickelodeon gack would also have been very good.
See, I want to do a piñata full of raw eggs.
I'm coming around.
Like in the egg in the egg shell. Like raw eggs in the shells, so that when you hit the piñata, like the eggs break, and then it's just, you get it.
Yeah, then it just makes a big old mess.
You get why this is like the best
I think it's a great
idea.
idea. I was initially against it because I didn't want to clean it up, but I've come around. Sometimes art makes sacrifices.
Why does Star Wars wear a bear coat?
Yeah.
Why not?
Because of duh.
Because of duh. Because of duh. Because of duh. Would you break it over a cast iron stove on a fire?
So it's not our brains. That's, I think, the big thing, is if it was our brain in it, I would. But these are just eggs. They're not a metaphor.
They're not?
I mean, are they?
They can be real eggs and be metaphors.
Well, I know, but are they metaphors for our brains?
I don't know, but you know what is chock full of metaphors? It's tarot time! The part of the show where I do a general tarot reading from these beautiful. Oh, goodbye. Goodbye, kitty.
Cat.
Goodbye,
kitty. Goodbye. Goodbye.
I do a general reading from these beautiful Planet Scum themed tarot cards designed by our very own Stephen Premmel. That's right. Woo! That's right. I did almost say the wrong name.
Don't do that.
I almost said the name of the person that we are interviewing in just moments. Who dat? Who dot? The cat does not enjoy much merchandise. No. Not a merchandise kind of creature.
No, our cat's not a collector.
Who da?
What?
Who da?
What?
Who da?
What?
Who da?
What?
Our first card. This is our sort of theme of the week, let's say. A theme of the week is...
The theme of the week is...
It's Erik Germ! He's the theme of the week! Sorry, you popped in the second I was about to pull the first card, and I'm like, oh, this is too good.
There it is.
You took me by surprise, and I could see your hand move towards the mouse.
I was like,
It's good to see a peek behind the curtain.
Erik Germ, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
We are
I'm so happy to be here.
Excited to have you.
Thank you for asking me to be here on this
Oh my
week.
gosh.
Of course. We're so excited for your show.
And that is precisely
Hi, everyone.
the thing. Everyone saying hi, Erik. Hola, Erik.
Excited
Steven
to see Erik.
Hi,
just
everyone.
left, and Lindsay doesn't
get used
know.
to me saying that.
Lindsay doesn't know why or where he went. I don't think he's coming back.
Oh, man.
I think he's gone forever.
Well,
see him
we
again.
had a good
Never
run,
see him
Steven.
again.
I agree, CBC 9000.
I wish I could find a way. I wish... If I was Hex, I would have something prepared.
Yeah, Hex would have
Behind me.
intuited that was going to happen somehow, and it would just be...
Yeah. Hex, of course, the production staff of
Yes.
Planet Scum.
And the editor of the recaps.
Just all around good guy.
Yeah.
Hex
All
of the jungle.
around.
Absolutely.
That would be a great trick. Just like spinning.
I would love it.
Hey,
I would
Erik.
personally love it. Hey.
We have our first question coming in for you. First, you do look like a troublemaker with
You
a
do
heart
look
of gold.
like a troublemaker with a heart of gold. McDougal's right.
Just,
part of-
call him like we see
part of
him.
that's accurate.
We have a question for you. Who da?
Who da?
A Volkswagen commercial from the 1990s where they find a couch in the middle of the highway.
Yeah.
They put it in their car. Get this. The couch stinks. Gotta get it out of the car.
Oh, no!
And the whole time is the da 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 song. That's da.
Da, da, da.
Get 3 of those hats, and then 3 of you stand in a row.
Da. Literally, I've not thought about that song until you said the 3 da's, and it came to my mind.
I think about
Without-
it 10 times a week.
Oh, wow.
If I'm being completely just naked honest here. That song is in my head a lot. And then
As naked as da.
Yeah.
Naked da.
I just realized I can't see the chat, so I gotta move. My microphone is in the way.
Oh,
My
no.
chat. Rather than move the
Quickly,
microphone-
everyone, now's to say things that Erik can't
Yeah.
see.
Yes.
Ooh.
Things are getting unbuttoned.
Unbuttoned.
I just buttoned this because this was unbuttoned.
Oh, things are getting buttons, so this is
Things are getting
not an after show. Not
buttoned.
yet.
Here's a funny story. I wore the shirt to work today, and as I'm wearing it, I'm like, "Oh, this is really soft. It feels like pajamas." And now I'm concerned I'm going to take it off, and the tag is very clearly going to say that it's pajamas. And I've
Yo,
been wearing
does it
this
look
shirt
like
for
a-
a year.
Does it look like I was going to say, does it look like a human shirt?
It's like the fabric on it. If I
Yeah.
get really close, you can see it's like soft, like
Fantastic
pajamas.
fleece.
I have flannels like that.
But
Yeah,
like,
I mean,
would
it has, but also here's the other thing:
yeah,
pocket right here.
exactly.
Maybe
So,
it's a
like,
jacket, like a shirt jacket.
yeah,
Some of
maybe
my-
jacket.
PJs, some of the PJs that my mother has purchased. She's a big pajamas purchaser.
Mm-hmm.
And so I have inherited these all the way back from the 80s.
Nice.
I have pajamas and like those. Remember when sleep shirts were the style by Victoria's Secret, and it was like shirts. That old floral panel. Like, and it's like this shirt is uncomfortable to wear to bed and uncomfortable to wear in real life. Ha
and uncomfortable to look at.
Yeah, but some of them did in fact have pockets, so that doesn't rule it out. Question still stands. It looks like a human shirt. And as we know, people are not humans once they get home.
That's true. Or when they wear shirts.
But we have to go out and do human stuff.
That's fair.
And we get home, we can just be gremlins. Like, no one's looking at us.
A shirt does not a human make, though, because a dog can wear a shirt.
True.
No, Winnie the Pooh wears
a cat can wear a shirt, but it won't.
No, they won't. They don't want that. They're not about the shirt life.
I saw somebody put a shirt on a pig. The pig couldn't have cared less.
Lindsay Premel is apparently mostly a blob that eats when at home.
Ah, yes.
And Virgos loves going goblin mode.
I scroll on Instagram a lot, go through stories, and every like third story there's an ad, and the ads that target me are mobile games.
Oh yeah,
where they purposely fail. Like there's a thing where they're going down a track with some arrows and there's two multipliers, and there's one that's like -10 or one that's like times 50, and they're going for the times 50 and then they veer off into the side. You know what I said? I said, "You fucking idiots, that's not how you do it. I'll show you." And I got the app, and now I'm at level like 27. I'm really good. Arrowfest, get it in the App Store.
Oh, you
I get the ones that are story-based and that are always like, I was just a village girl, and now the king wants me in his harem, but he's asked me this question.
I lost.
You failed.
I get a bunch of After Effects plugins.
I'd rather
you ever get them?
No.
No?
No.
I got a tactical hat that I saw in an ad once.
Wait, in what way was it tactical?
I got it. I got it, and it wasn't really. I have it in the other room. I've worn it before. I don't know if you guys heard of a show, Radio Free Multiverse.
I've heard of that show.
I've appeared on that show in this hat. It's a hat with flaps down the side, but then the flaps have a clip on it, and you can clip a mask onto it. So it's like.
That's pretty cool.
It is pretty
tactical
tactical.
Indeed, Jess.
Hail Fluval indeed. Culture Clash Tim, I am so sorry. I am 100p with you on the fact that the world is ending in horrifying, unthinkable ways. Which is why I have this extremely important question for you, Erik Germ, as a father. Actually, this is my...
I was like, what's this guy got to do with it?
This guy!
What's Juice Man's art have to do with it?
No, it's an important question for you, sort of like as a father in this world.
Thank God,
are kids...
Sorry.
That's
nobody
funny.
yes-anded Culture Clash Tim.
Armies in his
You were saying,
sleeves.
like, I'm so sorry, Culture Clash Tim. And I'm like, oh, finally somebody's acknowledging that nobody's yes-anding Culture Clash Tim on where Putin keeps his armies.
In his sleeveys. I wish he would.
I had no idea that's where that was going.
That is a very good one, Culture Clash Tim.
That was very good, Culture
it.
Clash Tim. Thank you for that. Also, Stephen Prema went to get the mail.
Went to get the
Maybe
mail.
that mystery-
Anything fun in the mail?
That mystery's
Stephen
been
Prema?
solved.
Sorry, you had a question.
Yeah, as a parent in
but I
these
was struggling.
times, trying times, we know that you have two adorable children. Are they still into silly bands? Is that still a thing kids
No.
are doing? No.
I took a trip to the hospital the other night as a visitor, and I got a green hospital band, like the
Fun.
same ones that they give you at like a club or a amusement park where you can go on and rip it off. I got one of those, and I'm putting Matilda in her bed, and she sees it and she says, "Oh, Dad, you got a bracelet?" I said, "Oh yeah," and so I pulled it in such a way that the stickiness was still on there, and I wrapped it around her arm. And it's still there 2 days later. She won't take it off.
Oh, wow.
But
It's kind of like a silly band.
if they had silly bands, they would be all over them because they'll take any bracelet that comes their way. Kids are just into bracelets.
Right? It's like a toy that you wear on your body.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember.
And it's always with you.
And it's easier than a ring or clippy earrings.
Right.
Not easier than a necklace. I'd say necklace is the peak kid accessory.
I think it depends on.
It's
It
hard
does
to
depend
play
on the
with
kid.
it. You can't see it.
Well, and if it's one that just goes over the head, or
That's
like
true. Oh,
if
there's
it's long
clasps
enough.
involved.
Oh yeah, if it's long enough, they'll put it in their mouth.
Yeah, less
That's what'll
choky
happen.
though.
Yeah.
Less choky. Yeah.
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 Less
Planet Scum
choky.
silly bands win. You could.
That's
you
good.
You could fully. So here's ready. You print the card.
Yeah.
And on the card is the Planet Scum logo, and the silly band is in the shape of the globe on the planet's on Forest shirt. That's the silly band shape.
I love that idea.
So just putting it out there if anybody from the production staff is listening.
Who here knows how to make silly bands? Because I know one of you motherfuckers knows how to take a rubber band.
Oh my god! In this
Are you
community,
kidding me?
Yeah.
In this community,
No,
no one knows how to
absolutely-
take a rubber band and make it keep a shape.
Oh, someone
I
does.
almost know how to do that.
I don't. But you
I
do.
know the
Oh,
search
man.
terms I would Google.
3D
My
print.
kids get slap bracelets sometimes,
Ooh.
and slap bracelets are still just as much fun as. they
Wow,
were when
really?
we were kids.
That's good to know.
I
thought it was a
put a thing where
90s
like I
thing.
put my arm here and I see how far back I can whip it so that it'll snap around my wrist. I feel like the Batman.
The Batman.
We're gonna see that tonight. That's why I got really excited.
Yeah.
I was
I
like,
want to. I need to.
Yeah, we're going to a drive-in.
I heard there's
to go see
crimes.
it.
there's probably crimes.
I think
I'm sure
that,
there's
yeah.
crimes.
We have established Batman
I could have
is
spoiler warned.
Yes.
yes, crimes.
My apologies.
I was at Target today and saw the Batman action figure, by which I mean I saw a Robert Pattinson action figure with just incredibly smeared eyeshadow,
Yes,
and it was surreal to see.
that's the logical conclusion from Edward Cullen.
Oh
The-
yeah,
the
it's
beautiful man vampire into gritty makeup.
Oh yeah. This is the culmination of Edward Cullen. He's finally turned into a bat.
Yeah, I need to check it out. I need to see what the Batman's all about.
We got Silly Ban, talk of corner time out. I absolutely believe that many children had to go to the corner for time out because of Silly Band related crimes.
Oh, for sure.
The creator of Silly Bands is from Toledo. If you check out their
Holy
website,
Toledo.
according to one of my favorite YouTubers/TikTokers, if you go to their website, the Silly Bands creators are getting into NFTs.
Yeah, they're going digital now.
I hope that's true. She uploaded it only a few hours ago, and she's usually incredibly well researched. And of course, I do not remember her name, so I cannot plug her.
Well, sillybands.com is I don't know where
Digibands.
but
I had
okay, it's
never
real.
heard of Silly Bands before.
Silly
Honestly, I
Bands with
only
an
heard of
S or a
them.
Z.
Oh, it's with a Z.
I'd only
That's
heard
the
of them.
zanier way to spell it.
Yeah, from my
Oh,
My mother.
sillyband.com domain name is for sale though.
I saw that, yeah, but
I'm gonna
apparently
buy it.
it's sillybands.io for the NFT.
Oh, see that immediately.
God,
They're no
I-
longer
No,
legitimate
void.
to me.
No.
I'm a .com baby. You don't have a .com on the end of it. Get out of my face. I've never been to the planetscum.live website. Never been to it.
So they market themselves as the original NFT collectible, which is clearly wrong because, as Culture Clash Tim highlights, they were very fungible.
they were
Yeah.
like the
Extremely.
most fungible.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
That
think
was
that
why-
was the biggest thing about them.
Yeah.
yeah,
how
those and those
fungible
like
they were.
sticky hands you just slap on the wall.
Oh my
man.
god. You mean COVID distributors?
If you lick them, yeah.
No, dude, they get everywhere. They get so gross.
that's true.
Everyone touches them.
One time I took
Disgusting.
one out of the egg that I got and I reared it up to swing it and like I stopped for whatever reason. I looked at it and it was already covered in hair.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
So the second you take them, the second you take them out of the egg, they're covered in hair. And
Yeah, they're cleaning supplies.
They don't stick. Yeah.
Try to get rid of all the hair and dust that's around your house.
Yes, +5 comedy points.
Oh yeah,
for
absolutely.
sure.
To Culture Clash Tim.
Oh, what did they do?
I don't want to
Cha-ching!
play favorites here and point fingers, but Culture Clash Tim is killing it tonight.
Yeah, yeah.
Just
Oh, yeah.
slaying.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. It's cha-ching, right?
What is?
The sound that they make when they get 5 comedy points on that podcast that we listen to that I assume Culture Clash Tim is
You
referring
mean
to because
They certainly
everyone
do it
listens
in
to this
Paper Planes
podcast.
by MIA.
You mean that's true. Paper Planes very much has it. But did you mean Blank Check with?
I
Griffin
did.
and
I did mean Blank Check with Griffin and David because I lost the words for it.
But yes, we Stravaganza now, as Just Klon points
It's
out in the
true.
chat.
And
Yeah,
that's why
Stravaganza.
we're here. That's really why we're
That's
here.
what brings
You
us
all
together
wonderfully,
today.
Yeah.
kindly, all 26 of you came here on a Wednesday because you're like, we gather on Wednesdays.
Mm-hmm.
It's a good day for gathering.
But
Great day for a gathering.
you know what's going to be even a better day for gathering? Perhaps the best day for gathering. This whole goddamn 5 years that we have been here and the last 50 billion years that we have all been friends.
Easter Sunday.
Easter Sunday.
Easter Sunday.
Easter Sunday.
Or Friday.
It's the reason for the season.
Easter?
It's Friday! It's
Friday
Friday
night.
for Erikstravaganza! Erik,
That's
do
the
you
day.
want to show something off first? Do you want to say, do you have something you want to say before you possibly show anything off? How do you want to start off the conversation about Erikstravaganza?
Yeah, I mean, we got the Erikstravaganza. Oh my God! Look at you made a little Nightbot for it.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, Erikstravaganza it's something realistically I've been working on for like 20 years, but not
Hell
really.
yeah.
It's like I've been
So I was
collecting.
right.
Well, I've been collecting stuff that I've made for
Hell yeah.
ever. Like I started out in Flash animation, and I used to animate cartoons, and then never do anything with them. And
Yeah.
so
How old are you when you were doing this?
probably like 18 or
Or-
19,
Okay.
roughly.
And this
And,
was, we're around the same age. So this
Yeah.
was like post.
Same grade. I always like to say same grade. Or
Yeah.
we were in high school together.
Yeah. So this was like,
Me and
post
Geth,
the
we were in high school
early
together.
internet. YouTube
Yes.
had begun.
Yeah.
This was. I'll tell you how
But
far
we had
back
consumed a steady diet
goes.
of albino
I
black
was. I was a
sheep.
regular on albinoblacksheep.com.
Yeah.
Yes, and I was also on newgrounds.com. Yes.
Yes!
Yeah. My first thing that I ever got published on albino black sheep, not for
You
lack
got
of trying.
published on albino black
Well,
sheep?
that just means so. There were websites back then for Flash, and there were different flavors of Flash animation websites. And to like Newgrounds.com was mentioned. Newgrounds.com was anybody anywhere could make an account and upload their Flash, but it was up to the community to upvote it. And the more upvotes that they got, you got it to the up and coming, and then you got to the main page, and then you were featured. That was tough to do. It was like a tough nut to crack. And then there was like E-Bomb's World.
Yes.
Nothing was submitted. Everything was taken. He just looked around the internet, saw what people like, and took it. And then like I would see people go like, "Yo, that's my shit. You got to take that off of there." And he's like, and that was the end of the conversation. That was it. Because you couldn't do it. Like there was nobody was fighting for anybody on the internet back then. I say back then. This was like 2003 or 4 or whatever.
Yeah.
But albino black sheep was the one I always liked the best because there was one guy curating it, and he seemed to like pick golden goose every time. That's where I saw Yata for the first time, Irrational Exuberance, like the Badger song. Even though that's from Weeble's stuff, I saw that on albino black sheep. Like that was the place to be. And so I strived to get onto albino black sheep, and so a lot of the stuff was like the Steve over there, who's a buddy of mine who owns albino black sheep. He archived a lot of the Flash since it doesn't work anymore. He converted it to something that works online, which is amazing. Because I realized putting this show together. Yeah, what a mensch. I realized putting this show together. I lost my buddy Steve. I lost like everything. I was like, okay, I remember this animation. I'll get this one. So I searched my hard drive. Nothing. I searched all my old computers, nothing. So I managed to like piece together things that I had done all these years ago, and get a sizable chunk of just stuff together. And then I realized, okay, I have like a short little show here. What if I were to do some live action stuff? What if I were to invite people on to do their own stuff? You've had me on before for Smule is in Session, which is a show we run over at the Planet Scum Live Discord. It's a karaoke show. and everybody records.
Extremely popular.
Yes.
I love
Karaoke
that
show.
I love that show. If I didn't run it, I would still be there every week because I love it so much.
Shout A.D. Smith.
But bye JD Smith.
Bye, JD Smith.
Yes, Mule, it's just people submitting songs and then I rip them off the internet and play them on the DJ is how the show works. But it's creative people submitting things that they're really good at, and that's a whole show. That's like a 3-hour show every week. And so it's like, what if I could like collect other stuff and then just throw it up on a screen and have that happen? Like, it reminds me of like Vine compilations on YouTube. And that's what I'll watch when I want. Like I'd like, why not just have a show that's that, but not 7 seconds? And so I put together as much as I was comfortable sharing into a little trailer, and I wanted to see if you wanted to premiere the final teaser for the Erikstravaganza, and if not,
if it
we
really
can
fits
just
our vibe.
we can play chess.
I don't know. Oh,
Do you have a chess set?
Yes, chess or dominoes.
We'll mimic the moves that we make, so it'll be like we're sitting right across from each other.
Oh,
right,
absolutely.
I'm gonna go get my chess set.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know the numbers or the letters.
Well, I mean, if we don't know the numbers or letters, then let's just show the trailer.
Okay.
Yeah, we should. Yeah, that sounds
let's do that.
easier. I don't know.
Hey there, everybody! What the hell is going on? I've got a show I want to know if you would like to come along. We've got some jokes, a couple songs, cartoons, and skits you can't go wrong. But please don't switch that channel, cause you're right where you belong. We're here for fun, and we're not done until you get what you intend. There'll be surprises, and you guys' if you're going to attend. From 9 to 10, you're my best friends. I wish the fun would never end. But give me just a second while I tell you who I am. Hi everyone, my name is Erik Germ. 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 And welcome to my Erikstravaganza.
So excited.
I think that's the first time I've watched it like all the way through and not in little chunks.
I'm so excited.
Yes! Oh my god. Absolutely incredible. I was absolutely jamming to the song, and then my name is Erik Germ has been getting stuck in my head. Since
Oh, I know. Mine too.
And it's really
I've been
fun.
humming that song for years. I just finally put words to it.
I love it. We might need some more crimes, but we can,
We'll see what happens.
we'll see what happens.
There
We'll see
might
what
be
happens.
I still have stuff coming my way that is, I've learned is being professionally edited by a Hollywood editor, which blew my mind.
Whoa.
So there might be crimes to be had. I don't know.
Oh, hell yeah.
That's so cool.
But I'm taking everything. Like if somebody I've already reached out to a ton of people and like have lightly booked a bunch of people for future shows, but I just want stuff to play. I have a note on my phone that is just full of stupid ideas that I'm like, that's relatively easy to film. It's a funny enough joke, and I can knock it out in a minute or two. So I have just an entire a phone just full of notes of stuff that I want to do. So the way this is going to work, this Friday thing is like the test run, and everybody gets to see how it works, and then it's like, okay, now you do that. You go out and do that, and if it's something you want to put on the internet for other people to see, I'll advertise it like I did this one, and we'll see what kind of turnout it is. I'm nobody of consequence. I think on Extra Life I peaked out at 36 viewers. So it's a fun thing to get a bunch of people together and just watch goofy stuff and to show off my very talented friends. And if you want a little exclusive, I'll let you in on who some of those guests might be.
Exclusive.
Actually swap the sizes.
Oh, okay.
There.
Yeah! Ah! everything is okay. This is why I like drinking out of cans, because even though there's stuff in it, it didn't...
Is that an AHA seltzer?
That's right. It's a caffeinated AHA seltzer with the mango and black tea flavor.
Delicious.
Wow, it's the drink with a kick that keeps you going throughout the day. AHA.
AHA.
I mean, if they don't sponsor you after that, I don't get out of my face.
Fucking right.
Yeah,
Erik,
we're submitting. We're gonna send you
absolutely filmed and are almost finished editing.
I just have to pop in some voiceovers and then it's all ready to go.
Oh,
it is
so
mostly Forrest's baby. But I'm so ridiculously excited. So
we took
I'm
the
so excited
inspiration.
that you are submitting something because I'm such a big fan of all the stuff that you do. And I just watch your streams and I salivate at the just the content that you make, and it's just like look at this.
Thank you.
This is
weird
week
shit.
this is week after week too. that you're churning this stuff out. Like I'm capping out. I started this probably I think when I put that first trailer out. I was sitting in my basement. It was like midnight. I was singing some Smule, and I was thinking like, man, I should really get this variety show that I've been thinking about off. I was like, well, if I make a trailer and I put it out there, then everybody knows about it, and then I have to do it. And so I spent an hour making that really shitty first trailer with a really bad
That
green
only
screen.
took you an hour?
Something like that, yeah. It was done on like Instagram. I used Instagram filters as my special effects, and then threw it all together with a green screen.
That's just efficiency.
Yeah. And that took it out of me where I didn't do anything else for an entire month. And then meanwhile, 2 shows every week, and you're grinding out stuff. So naturally, I think I reached out to you guys months ago, but yeah, I needed it.
But we're so excited. We took the Vine compilation inspiration to heart with ours,
that.
so I'm very excited.
Yes,
to show
that
it
is
to
so
everybody.
great.
And excited to be on. We're excited to be on your show because we're huge fans of everything you've put out.
Thank you.
Like all the stuff you've done on the art toilet and everything has been incredibly creative. And
you also have incredible talents.
Yeah.
You're just like naturally talented.
Every time you've come on, it's
especially
been incredible.
musically.
Yeah.
I mean, I could know you right now.
Skelly too.
But it's funny that you brought up Mr. Rude's toilet because there may be something adjacent where I sneakily promote our dear Planet Scum community. So I'll let that slip out too. But I'm keeping a lot of this close to the chest because it's I don't know. There's a lot of moving pieces. First of all, StreamYard, so great.
I love
the software we're using. The entire thing's running through StreamYard. I'm able to set it up in advance. We're like 80% of the way done.
That's so cool.
And I'm fired up about it. I'm ready to go.
I'm so excited. Like ever since that first trailer, I've been looking forward to it. So I'm so excited that it's going to be this Friday.
This Friday, 9 o'clock
time?
p.m. This is Eastern Standard Time.
6 p.m. Pacific.
6 p.m. Pacific, and then other time zones. And yeah, it's gonna be. I don't know if it's actually gonna be an hour. I'm tentatively blocking off 9 to 10, but it might come in lower than that. I just thought if I could get a half hour's worth of stuff, then I'd feel comfortable putting that on, and we're there. So cool. It should be good, and it's rapid fire. We're gonna do. I think pretty much everything's pre-recorded, and then we're gonna have a live segment that's gonna include audience participation.
Cool.
So to give everybody a heads up, you will need Jackbox. You will need to know how to use Jackbox, and that'll be our audience participation. But I have very grandiose plans for audience participation that involve Google Docs and Google searches that I'm going to do. And then I thought about it. I'm just like, I'm not putting all that on myself the first time.
No.
Yeah.
But I got some fun ideas for audience participation. I want to get a new wedding line dance going sometime in the future. I want a choreographed dance that everybody can do. You know,
Is
like
that-
the Cupid Shuffle and the electric slide at weddings. Everybody gets in the middle of the floor and just.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It's like
everybody
the white
knows the same.
The white
Yes.
people's version of the horror.
Yeah. Why not me?
Well, Liz Izzy's very excited for a new dance.
Yeah.
Honestly, why not you? We need some new dances.
The Erik Shuffle.
The Erik Shuffle. I haven't
know.
known about dances since
I'm
the
so
Fortnite
tired
dances.
of my name. By the way.
You are?
I'm so tired of my name after this past month of.
What would you name it? What would, like, if you could go
yeah.
back from the beginning and you're like, I need to pick a new name for this, what would it be?
Oh, I was just gonna. For the longest time, it was just the variety show, but I was like,
Cute.
that was bland. I was like something extravaganza, Erik, yeah, fine. And
I
threw
do
that up
like
there.
the pun.
It is a good pun, but it's a lot
Yeah.
of my name. So no Erik Shuffle, but I've already started writing the song, so I don't have the lyrics, but I have a very catchy song to dance to. So.
I'm so
This
excited.
is me building up and planning for future shows that haven't even happened yet. But that's the plan. So
But that's exciting to think about, to know that there
Yeah.
could be future extravaganzas of various types.
and I'm hoping that after Friday people see it and see it's a very simple show. Chris Gethard is very big on DIY comedy and using what you got to get. So like everything is filmed in my basement. I have curtains everywhere.
What a reveal.
Love it.
I'm jammed. Do you remember the end of the trailer when it pans out and I'm up?
I love how the light changed.
I had to pop a ceiling tile up and tape my video camera to the ceiling in order to get that
Amazing.
shot. It's
I'm
very
so jealous that you have ceiling tiles.
it's very low budgets. But like I want just like funny stuff to hit rapid. It happens so fast you won't even realize if the joke doesn't land because we're right on to the next thing.
Yes.
I love that. I love that philosophy. That's certainly what we're doing with ours.
I guess this was helping me keep my pale face washed out because
once you gave us the look behind the curtain,
like suddenly it's like the light of God is shining from your face.
Yeah, I put that up because it's a mess down here. The kids, the children, who also might feature, just destroy this house. I got a Pikachu back there though.
You got Pikachu? We're gonna make you big again. Where's your
Pikachu back
I see
there?
Pikachu. I have eyes on Pikachu.
Is that
Solar
a Togepi?
system pillow. That's a solar system pillow.
It looks like a Togepi.
Oh, yeah, I
no,
see
it
it.
looks like a pillow now.
This is a fake lightsaber that I've stepped on at least 6 times. It's
Love it.
broken in a million pieces. But I'm low key also cleaning up my area.
I love it. Erik, you told us about the inspiration for Erikstravaganza. Tell us about some of the unanticipated challenges that you've sort of realized, things that have come up as you make this dream into a reality.
Forrest and I were talking a little bit about this in our DM together about I was telling Forrest through my job now I never had professional editing software that I purchased. Many years ago I had a version that I had that was I was able to kind of work with, but since then I've kind of just been shuffling along with just various editing softwares. My employment now gives me this professional editing software, so
Adobe,
when I
right?
kicked Adobe, and when I kicked it off, I was like, wow, this is great. I don't know how any of this stuff works. And so one of the biggest things was figuring out how to get it looking where it's really low like budget, but also it can still look okay. Yeah. Where it's not distracting. Yeah. And getting to a point where grinding out these really quick rapid fire things that I film and edit in 2 or 3 hours, and getting that looking nice enough to be something I'm comfortable presenting was probably the biggest hurdle to go over.
Mm-hmm.
And
I
then,
definitely relate to that.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's I feel like I'm gonna look back at this first one and just be like, oh man, I didn't know jack, but I'll get there as I move along.
And I think that always happens. Like, I know looking back on our earlier streams, it's like,
Technology.
yeah.
Was any of the Flash animation that I was able to salvage was not the early stuff was real bad. I didn't know about layers, so I was doing like Disney style frame by frame animation.
Oh yeah.
Oh, gorgeous.
And yeah, so it's I like Adobe.
I like Adobe.
I like Adobe too.
I wish it wasn't monthly.
Don't think that Final Cut is going to like regain its hold, to be perfectly honest. In terms of feasibility, also it is pretty easy to port over keyboard shortcuts.
Yes. Yeah.
Between the two, I find I still sometimes use Final Cut keyboard shortcuts in Premiere without realizing that I have not changed the setting. There's like a setting and it's like, use your Final Cut things. And I'm like, oh, I'm a pro. And it's like, no, I
changed it to mine. On mine, I use it.
Fever dream memorized a bunch of keyboard shortcuts in college.
But absolutely things from the void. Macromedia Flash changed the game.
That was what I would animate in, and Macromedia was eventually bought by Adobe, and then it was Adobe Flash, and then they don't have that. I saw that the suite includes an animation suite, which I imagine might be close to. But I have Macromedia Flash opened up right now.
Wow.
And that's the one. Okay. So that's the one where you can make a wireframe of your animation and like it will fill in the frames for you. Am I remembering this correctly from 6th grade?
So here, if you want to, am I able to share a screen?
Yeah, you should.
I can show you. I can show you how Flash works.
Stephen Premel apparently used to do it and then use different layers as an onion skin, which is how you use a transparent layer to then match up your animation and make it smoother, which I've been doing a lot of in Procreate recently.
Yeah. It's a similar thing.
Or are you thinking Blender?
Thinking of Blender?
Blender's
maybe?
3D animation, if that's what you're thinking of.
No,
yeah, it might be
3D.
Blender. I think you're thinking of Blender.
Here's Flash.
Yeah. So.
Ooh.
Okay. Yeah. So this is
of
Flash.
this.
So when I used to do it, I would do like a little guy, which I also use this to draw because it auto smooths. Your lines there.
Really helpful.
And it looks so. This is how I did any drawing or comic books or anything that I used to make. You got this little guy here, and then you do the keyframe. So the keyframe just changed up here. Now I got 2 keyframes. I would then go back and erase his arms, and then draw new arms. And now he's walking like this, and then I had to erase his legs, which, by the way, I don't know any animators watching right now. Animating walking is a pain in the ass. A complete pain in the ass.
Yes.
You can't get the... So anyway, so...
No, it's
just like, how do humans move?
It's a huge pain.
Yeah, Stephen Premel can confirm. That's awesome!
So that's that, and I would do that for an entire line of an animation. The first one I did was called Chris the Jack-o'-lantern. It was a screamer Flash that I got later described on the Screamer Flash Wikia as a quote crudely animated pumpkin talks to you about Halloween before a scary face pops up and scares you. I don't apologize. This was 2004. Screamers were all the rage.
Yeah,
oh yeah,
huge.
Page views were off the chart.
I don't know that I can ever explain to anyone who wasn't there just how huge Screamers were.
Yeah,
and how strange it is looking back on how
that was just accepted as like, well, of course, you're on the internet.
Yeah, it was like, this is what the future of entertainment looks like.
So then with Flash, eventually I learned you can start converting to symbols. And then when you go into the symbol, that has its own timeline up here. So this symbol now has its own. So if I paste those frames here, which I don't know if it'll. Yeah, that worked. All right, cool. So now I got this. Now I got this little guy here who he did not center correctly. But now I have a movie clip. So,
is it a symbol?
I don't think that's working. Oh wait, you know what? I can't share the test window because it's not a separate screen. But anyway, now this is just a little guy that moves, and so I learned. Okay, now he moves across the screen, but his arms and legs are moving at the same time, and it just eventually built from there. So I'm able to stumble my way. I get like 25% good at anything I try, and then I figure like that's enough. I don't need to learn anymore, and so I never do.
And Things from the Void is recommending Krita, which is a great free option with tablet support and onion skins and everything you need, which I'll look into because with Procreate, it's still the traditional. It's mostly the traditional Disney style. You can make groups to do separate elements, but that's as different as it gets. And 25% of skill is plenty.
Honestly, that's more than most people have when they pitch a show, when they get hired for jobs. I'm sitting here thinking shitty about myself, like, all I'm doing is gluing items together. And then I'm like, there's bitches who all they do is like hit refresh and tell companies how to evade taxes.
Yeah. At least you're bringing people joy.
Yeah.
At least I'm bringing myself joy. How much joy can a person really get from that? But here's my question about how much joy we can really get from exploring these awesome creative things. Erik, tell us so we talked about your challenges, we talked about your inspiration. What unexpected areas of joy have you found throughout the process of planning this? Things that came together better than you thought that they would, things that just sort of came out of nowhere and you're like, yes!
Honestly, it's just like the ease of which like when I never had a lot of time. I recently switched careers where I don't work after 5 o'clock anymore, which I did for 8 straight years, and really didn't have a lot of time for creative projects. So anything that I would try to do, it would start fizzling out. Now when I'm able to just sit and think and not have to worry about anything else, I can just be like, it would be really stupid if there was a guy named Chet Midler, and I made an entire show just based on the name Chet Midler. And so I wrote it down on my phone, and now I'm trying to think about a way to make the funniest way that Chet Midler can be a character on a one-off 2-minute sketch that I will write, film within 45 minutes, edit it however it needs to be, and then
is he friends with Cash Phillips?
Yes.
I just feel like those names fit together.
Are you gonna
Chet
explain?
Midler and Cash Phillips. My mother had this idea that Cash is a very good name to name a child, and she was like, Emily, should you have a child, you should name that child Cash Phillips. And I'm like, first off, I hate that last name.
Yeah, pineapple is what you're
Second off, what, mother? How white have you become?
I mean, Johnny Cash.
Right.
As a last name, it's a slam dunk.
I'm like, what were you watching? Like, what?
I think Stephen Premmel figured it out.
Yeah.
Tango and Cash.
And Chet Midler.
And Chet Midler.
Which is such a good name.
I assume so, Blogtoven, but I did fail to get that clarification.
Yeah, I asked her if she was watching TikTok or something. Like, Mom, have you found Hype House? Like, what's happening? Really? I thought you were watching city council meetings.
Also,
I'm coming around on Cash. Cash is pretty ball. It's a cool name.
Stephen Premmel suggested tracking down and watching the Syphil and Ollie show.
I've never heard of this.
Syphil and Ollie show. Syphil and Ollie, Liam Lynch's
right?
Whatever.
Yeah.
That contains
the United States of whatever.
That contains a little bit of Syphil and Ollie. It's like a puppet show. It's like a sock puppet show that was on.
Yeah.
I want to say MTV, not Comedy Central.
Yeah.
Comedy Central didn't have much in 1990s. Had Mystery Science Theater and
that was about. I mean.
Yeah, that was the period on the end of my sentence.
Then it became It became part of the Liam Lynch's video podcast
Oh.
that he did after that.
Who is this human? What is this career and how has it influenced you? Name okay, so y'all are encyclopedias of many things. I am an encyclopedia of nothing, but, which is fine. Some people aren't encyclopedias, but specifically, y'all are encyclopedias of a lot of early internet things that I did not see. Like, I know albino black sheep because the kid who bullied me in middle school showed it to me because we were friends. It was one of those situations. Like, I wasn't allowed to watch the internet as a child. So I want to hear from you, what amongst this early internet so wormed its way into your skulls that you're like, is there a person, is there a creator that you're like, I see their career as a map onto which I would like to make
100%.
my taste?
Are you able to share web pages? No, I guess the YouTube would be better. So when I was animating, there is an animator. His name is Andrew Keppel. And you might not know the name, but if you were interested in the internet back then, odds are you've seen something that he animated. He was incredible. Gonads and Strife. Yeah, that was an early internet thing. So Andrew Keppel was a early internet animator, and I just saw what he was able to do with Flash, and I was just like, I can't believe somebody, a human being whose job, I think actually it was his job, but he's sitting at home, the same software that I have on my computer, and he's doing this. Oh my god. Okay. So his big thing was
and with Lemon.
Neil Cicierega was a huge early internet
I know
Flash animation person, and Andrew Keppel would animate his. There's his style.
Yes.
Nice. I think I have seen.
Also,
I have seen things like this. This is technically still tarot time, okay? This relates back to all of your lives.
Did Andrew do the Ultimate Showdown?
No, that was not him.
No, that was Neil.
Well, no. Did Neil?
Neil did the music. So, yeah, here you go. I'm gonna send you something over in private chat. It's a YouTube video. I don't know if that's easy to share.
Oh yeah, that's easy.
But I'll show you if I can find the other one. So the number one is Andrew Keppel. He's the man. I had albino black sheep.
How modern it looks.
Yeah. It's so clean. And like I said, same software I had on my computer. Oh yeah, here we go. So this is called Bad Idea. It's a Lemon Demon song. There we go. Like, look at that shit.
Wow.
This is Flash. This is that software I just showed you where I made that little dude move his arms like this.
That's incredible.
And that took me like 35 seconds to do.
Wow.
So like, yeah. To know that somebody out there could do this with their mouse and their keyboard, I was like, yeah, that's what I want to do. It's doable. I just have to figure it out. And so this is what I strived to be. Never quite got there, but this one specifically. When I saw this, my jaw dropped.
Yeah.
So there's this, and then let me see if I can find it. This would also have to be on YouTube because I don't anything with Flash. So you ask what was so big about Flash animation back then, and just the internet in general.
Right.
And the internet was the wild, wild west. Back with Web 1.0, before it was the HTML days, before even like PHP, and let alone CSS and HTML5 and all that. It was just a really basic ass place where like people were just throwing out whatever, and word of mouth was very difficult. You would get email forwards, but there was no like Reddit equivalent. There were like news net. What's the word I'm looking for?
The news groups and
Forums?
stuff.
Yeah,
Or news
the
boards.
very early alt dot.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah.
There were those if you were savvy, but it was
Yeah.
really just like, oh, yo, did you hear about? I heard like at school somebody was like,
Yeah.
yo, go look up Yata when you get home, and I was like, Yata, okay, I'll go look up Yata, and now that song is still on my playlist 20 years later.
Oh my god.
So let me see.
It was wild how decentralized it all was and how there was no.
Oh, you know what we could do? We could watch. Okay, here we go. All right, so this is the other one that I watched, but then I want to show you another of this guy's work.
People in the chat are mentioning Homestar Runner, which was
Yes.
absolutely
Homestar Runner.
informative.
Huge.
My
for me.
respect for Homestar Runner and the Chapman brothers who created it knows no bounds. They could have cashed out on that site and like sold those characters to Nickelodeon, and they just never did. They just ran it all the way they wanted to.
Yeah.
So this is the other Flash animation. This is from Newgrounds.
Cute.
And
It's so
I was watching this and I loved. You'll see actually there is an animation in the Friday Variety Show where it's influenced by this style.
Interesting.
Yes.
I love this style.
Not even
It feels very
a
Futurama.
fraction of a percent as impressive. But the black foreground with the colored background there flashing, the very thick lines of it all. It's really gorgeous. And this I don't know if you can hear it. There's audio, but you don't need it because it's a song. This guy did the song and the animation all by himself. But you don't need it because the animation tells the entire story.
Oh, that's cute.
You're right.
He's not allowed in there, but he's been trying to warn him. He's too busy smashing and walking and smashing.
That's. Oh no!
Oh, this is so cool. This part.
There is no wrong way to spend free
goosebumps
time.
just thinking back to the first time I saw this, and I haven't watched it in a long time. So this is kind of the homecoming.
Does anyone remember
And now watch
stacking
this.
bodies like sheep to the rhythm of the war drum? Was that just me being an edgy
Was that a song?
12-year-old? It was an animation to a song, and it was but like it was like this. Like the animation was fun, and there was a lot of like side scrolling. It was just dumb, edgy shit. Like, hey, you're all sheeps, but. Okay, so that was just me being a weird.
I don't know that one, but if it's played, I'll recognize it. So now he's telling him, leave one of them up. Don't hit that one.
Oh.
Oh, this is cute.
Yeah, I love.
So the first time I saw this, I fell completely in love with it and with like Flash animation in general. I was immediately smitten. And then I saw his follow-up to this, which more people might be familiar with. But oh my god, the fucking follow-up to this video.
I do not know what Salad Fingers is.
Salad Fingers is an animation by David Firth. He's an animator and a comedian from the UK.
Is
And
that
Salad
the spoon
Fingers,
guy?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's very
Okay.
his stuff is very surrealist, very like really
What-
creepy.
What do you mean by spoon guy?
My spoon is
No.
too big.
That's Don.
no.
That's Don Hertzfeld.
Yeah,
I'm like,
that's Don
oh, the guy
Hertzfeld
who did the
rejected-
Simpsons thing.
That's the rejected. Is it rejected?
Yeah,
it's
Rejected
Rejected.
animation.
And then he did World
love
of Tomorrow and.
My anus is bleeding.
Yep.
So this was I think his name is Saku. This is his follow-up. It's called Dad's Home.
I like how I said spoon guy, and there were like 5 different things it could be.
Yeah. The early internet was really into spoons.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. And then the Matrix told us there wasn't one, and it.
No, we got to bend ourselves.
Yeah. Oh, Stephen Premmel wanted to know if Mad God is on your radar yet, Eric.
Mad God is not on my radar.
Bye, Things from the Void.
Bye, Things from the Void.
Thanks for joining us.
Bye, Things from the Void.
Enjoy work.
Yeah.
Every little thing counts in the destruction of our capitalist patriarchy.
Oh, no.
What I'm saying is be lazy at work.
So Dad
I mean,
came
unless
home.
you really like it, then do
Dad's
whatever
home.
you want.
He's causing chaos everywhere. And everybody is pissed.
The parallax on that head turn was... Oh, yes. Mad God is Phil Tippett, who did the, chess figures in the original Star Wars.
Oh.
He did an existential horror stop-motion animated film that is, mostly him doing everything.
Wow.
I love
And
that.
he's based over in Berkeley. Tippett Studios is right over there.
Oh, hell yeah, Things from the Void.
I'm putting it on my.
Yeah. That's some true revolution shit right there. Be high at work.
How's he gonna get out? How's Dad gonna get out of this one?
Well, he's white, so.
Well, the power of rock? Yeah, the power of
Oh yeah. Yes, Wizbeth.
You show them, Dad. That's so smooth.
It's so great. And so yeah, you've just seen the three things that the trifecta of animations I saw that were I was like, yeah, this is what I'm gonna do.
Oh my god, yes.
Yeah,
Also,
Lefty.
Beautiful Day is absolutely gorgeous.
Oh, yeah.
We watched that. I was not expecting. I was like, my heart. Wow.
And then I love this. This was just like the motion tween that I mentioned. This is just looping animation for each of these little characters.
Yeah.
Oh, and it's just so great. Sakupen, there it is.
Sakupen.
Yeah. I don't know what. I gotta look him up and see
Interesting.
what he's up to because.
Yeah.
Oof.
Because I haven't kept up with some of what those early internet creators are up to now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. In Andrew Keppel's case, so a number of years ago, I was still working at the job before my last one. Had to be over 8 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Albino Black Sheep held a tournament of Flash artists, and they brought back a whole bunch of legacy Flash artists from all over. And Andrew Keppel was one of the judges, and they basically they give you a theme and how long it has to be, and then you just run with that theme, and everybody gives their version of an animation that was that theme.
That's
and
cool.
so one of them was this is how the world ends from the poem.
The end of the world?
Yes. Yes. Yeah.
That
exactly.
video? The end of the world?
No, so that's not where that came from, but I think that's actually the
We'll
inspiration.
take a nap. Then fire the missiles!
I do remember that one.
That is literally
But I'm
how the
tired.
world is ending, except California will not escape.
We don't know that.
Yeah, maybe you'll break off and just float away into the sea.
Maybe
and
we'll
leave this rebel world behind.
That's not where our fault lines are!
We'll become Deep Space Nine. We'll install
Yeah.
rocket boosters underneath, and we'll just fly into space in a dome that's shaped like California. So
I'm
not really
here
a
for
dome,
it.
more
Essentially
like a
the
weird...
plot of Up. But,
Yeah, we'll up it.
but
Yeah,
in
we'll
deep
just up
space.
it.
We'll just attach a ton of balloons and float away.
Fucking ganker.
So one of the things was this is how the world ends, and I had entered the tournament the year before and didn't really give my all.
So, that was what I was
Okay,
sorry.
so-
That was what I was trying to remember.
Yeah. I don't know who did that. I don't even know if that one was credited. But I got to tell Andrew Keppel that I'm his biggest fan. I did
Oh
a
my
rap.
gosh, really?
In the animation, I did a rap about. I had entered the contest the year before, but I got out in the first round because I kind of forgot about it, and I whipped something together really quick, and it was really shitty.
Yeah.
And I got out in the first round, so I acted like I was really pissed off about that, and I made a rap that said, "I'm going to blow up the world because I didn't make it past the first round last year." And he was one of the judges, and I said, "You're my idol to me. You're the man, but I'll bust a cap in you, like a crazed lunatic fan or something like that." I forget what the lyrics were, but he was just like, "Despite you saying that you're going to kill all of the judges for what they did, you'll still advance to the next round." Well, it works. Threatening works, people.
Apparently, End of the World was by Jason Windsor of Albino Black Sheep in
okay.
2003.
Oh, I recognize that name. They might have done more. God.
Yep.
I
it
could
was
talk
around
for
when...
9 hours about the early internet.
Also, I love what Single Walk Run mentioned,
Yes.
History of the World by Bill Wirtz, which is also on YouTube now, is very good.
Do I remember that? Oh, is this not Flash? Is this something referencing?
It's very Flash style. I don't know if it was actually animated in Flash or
I'm
not.
opening all of these references in new tabs to just check out later.
Because, it's History of the World, I guess.
I watched this on TikTok. I watched this on TikTok in pieces because TikTok only allows 3-minute videos. So I was sitting there just like staring. Oh, it's really fun.
He also did History of Japan. I watched it on YouTube because Mike Regnetta of PBS Idea Channel recommended it, and I watched it and loved it.
How do you think that style of comedy has influenced sort of like your current tastes? Like, how do you think it relates to the current stuff that's coming out? Because right now it's like the generation who are in the same grade, who grew up with this crap, whose stuff is finally getting on TV. And so there's this huge connection. Where do you see those connections? What do you think you are primed to love because of that?
Yeah, TikTok.
Just so much. Just
10-minute videos? Come on. I watch that while I'm on the can.
Yeah.
You're not supposed to be there for 10 minutes. It fucks up your asshole. Don't do it.
I can't watch TikTok compilations like I can Vine compilations because they're just too long.
Yeah.
And
a lot of the skits are very skitty.
Yes. Whereas Vine, you had to be funny in 7 seconds or else you got no likes. But to your question about that kind of, like you're talking about like Flash animation and that kind of humor and stuff.
Yeah,
and
the
that
humor
style.
that has emerged. Where do you see its influences? Yeah, in current comedy, what do you like or dislike that you see that has come from there?
I mean, I feel like you don't have a Rick and Morty
Sorry,
without
Wizbeth.
Flash animation.
I just have to recognize Wizbeth really quick. No one needs to look up Womblands. No one does. It's
New
stupid
tab.
TikTok drama happening right now.
Womblands. What is the definition
I have
of
no
Womblands?
idea.
All right, I got it.
But
as a
I
new
have
tab,
been
Lizbeth.
scrolling on this bullshit,
I
and
have
it is all my
literally no
favorite.
idea what
It's
this is. I'll
literally
have to look
just
it up
a
later.
dumb TikTok drama.
That's fine. I'll look it up a little
That
later.
has unfortunately, has
Entered the zeitgeist.
It's entered the zeitgeist. Nazis
Oh, I
were
see.
already there
I see.
for other reasons. So,
But I do agree with you about Rick and Morty.
don't do it. You don't need to know.
Don't do
It's
it.
so dumb.
I do.
You truly don't.
I do
need
agree with you about Rick and Morty really being. I mean, well, especially because it was literally descended from Justin Roiland's Flash animation.
Right. Yeah. So that and then Rick and Morty is such a juggernaut that people are going to then imitate that and like, oh, I see that. I want, like, that's exactly my style. This is what I want to do. Let me try and make my version of this.
Yeah.
Not knowing, like, they might be somebody new who'd never heard of Flash, but now they're influenced off of Flash, which I think is a great thing because Flash was ordinary people, no big animation studio, not very high-powered computers. I certainly didn't have a high-powered computer. And they were just able to do that stuff. And then some people got like ridiculously famous for it. And some people got the Andrew Keppel I mentioned earlier, I think is a professional animator in somewhere. I forget where. But the like that kind of thing of people coming up and just like, oh, I'm doing this. Now I have money to do it. I can make it even better. But I still have that, like I came up from this. So I think the work ethic involved, I think, is a lot more meaningful. Not to say because I'm a conglomerate of so much stuff just growing up, but my like coming of age and my growth years were all spent on the early internet. So it's like that's always going to be a piece of me. Anytime I see any kind of that in my media, I have a soft spot for it.
I'm absolutely the same way. And I think you're right that it started that sort of like democratization of animation that you're still seeing now where like Smiling Friends
Beautiful
was
word.
spun off of a YouTube channel.
There's a lot more. I was thinking it feels like when they put out animation, they are telling us this artist and this writer are giving you this animation rather than just like, we're kicking out Disney Channel shows, watch for the characters. Now it's like Lisa Hannah-Walt.
Yeah. That Flash animation we watched earlier, it was Neil Cicierga's words and music and
What
talent.
is he doing now?
Oh, everything.
Because
look up his
I have
SoundCloud.
watched-
He is
when I learned who he was and realized that every single thing that I had loved for the past 20 years was him. I'm like, wow, I really like all those stupid Harry Potter things, and I really like The End of the World, and I'm like, oh my fucking God, it was all this
Potter
one
Puppet Palace.
goddamn dude.
And
just
he did it all.
a talented family too.
Yeah.
Right?
But he did
Jenkins
it
the
all
Turf.
under so many different names.
Right?
Where I
Lemon
loved
Demon.
that. I loved Lemon Demon. I loved all the different things, and then was like, wait, they're all like I found mouth sounds.
Mouth. That's what I'm thinking. I couldn't
the
remember.
Smash Mouth parody album series.
Ugh, it's just
that,
so
like,
good.
has jokes embedded in the metadata
Yeah.
of it,
Yeah.
and it's just like that. I
level of
aspire to be to like have a refraction of the reflected light coming from Neil Cicierega.
I feel like Adult Swim is really the place
That's-
that is
yeah.
hiring artists to do things.
That's the closest thing we have to early internet. Is
Versus
Well, and what's
like,
interesting is they were doing such a similar sense of humor right at the same time that the early internet stuff was with Space Ghost.
yes.
yes.
It was like this conversion evolution that then
And it's like
bloomed
like
into
Comedy
adult
Central. We were mentioning Comedy Central, how when they started out, basically all they had was Mystery Science Theater, which was great because before that they were just videotapes passed around. Nobody, it was everybody could have access to Mystery Science Theater. But then they were like, we need to start doing stuff, and so in comes Dr. Katz. And like the way Dr. Katz worked was we have H. John Benjamin, we've got like Laura Silverman, and we have funny conversations. But we're not going to animate it because we don't know how to do that.
Yeah.
We're just going to have still images. And so they would do like, oh, this still image, and then just change this to the image of this arm up.
Yeah.
Oh, wait. I just made an animation. That's what we'll do. We'll just make it the simplest animation, and the comedy will come from the dialogue. It needs to be there because you need something visual. You need something to brand it with, but the conversation is where the comedy is. They're not like doing exciting things. He's sitting in a chair with a cup of coffee. And so it's squiggly vision.
Vision.
All the dynamism is just because the lines are moving constantly. So you don't
when
even
you're switching channels, you see that.
And like Ed and Eddie. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Fuck yes.
That's so cool. Culture Clash,
Tim. That is really awesome. I'm wondering.
I saw. Sorry, I just wanted to know. I remember Internet Killed the Video Star, but also all these comments, like Blogtovin said that the earliest viral video they could think of was combo number 5. I think my earliest one is the All Your Base.
Yes.
Animation. Is there? What's
they
your
are belong
earliest?
to us. Yeah.
It was either that or Yatta, but I'm trying to remember when we first. I mean, Hamster Dance probably.
Yeah.
When I can very specifically. So for the longest time, we had like a Windows 3.0 machine. We had a word processor, but that was it. We didn't have internet. I managed to plug it into the internet one time, and like I left it running to try and install AOL, and like by the end of the day, it still hadn't gotten past the first step. So that wasn't a question. Then we got the internet, and my brother immediately downloaded Napster, and then immediately because he had friends that had computers, and so he was over their houses. He knew all the tricks and everything. I didn't know anything, and so he was like, "Yeah, Hamster Dance is the thing." But like the earliest Badgers.
I think the earliest for me was Badgers.
Oh, the Dancing Baby.
And then the Llama
Dancing
song.
Baby. I'm trying to think because there wasn't a whole lot of video. There was not a lot of video growing up because there was no stream like YouTube embedded stream. There was embedded Windows Media Player, and if you didn't have it installed, you couldn't watch it. And God forbid they used the Real Player. Remember Real Player?
Oh, I remember Real Player.
Yep. Yeah, I love Hamster Dance. I don't know if you can find the original Hamster Dance.
I don't know. I didn't.
wild how much I was able to see. I watched all of these videos at school.
I didn't realize that until right now. Culture Clash, Tim.
Oh, wow.
Yes, it was the do.
There's
a whole remix. We used to dance to it at dances. And Smule was in session recently. Did the entirety of the hamster dance.
Amazing.
There are more lyrics in that than just dick-a-dee-dot-dee-do-do.
I tried.
I remember Radio Disney played
Yes.
the full hamster dance song.
It's cool. It's a slapper.
Yeah.
As a parent, as like an adult in charge of children that are still very small, correct?
Very small. So small.
Do they go, or would they be going to an educational facility of sorts? Are they at that age?
Yeah, both. Yeah, both.
The kind that would have do they have computer classes now?
No, my son has an iPad. He's 5, and the
What
school
do they
issues him an
see?
iPad.
Because when I tried to use the computers at the school my mother taught at, and this was like a while ago, I was astounded at how much shit they were able to block off.
Oh yeah, so
because when I was a kid, like the schools didn't know how to keep us from going on any website we wanted.
My school computers, despite the internet being a thing, just didn't have internet
What
at all.
do your children have access to? What do they see? What are they into? Does it seem like a new sort of like the thing that they will harken back to, or does it feel like
for
fucking
sure.
Netflix?
But I don't know,
animation?
because it was special back in the early times. Not everybody had a computer, and not everybody was grinding out content constantly. So when you saw something new, it was like whoa, like there's not going to be anything like this for a long time, because we need to find this person needs to do this again, or we need to just find somebody equally as talented, get their thing popular enough for me to be able to see it. And now it's like they have Kindle Fires, like little kid Kindle Fires that are safe. They can't be dropped and broken. I'm sure they can. That was a stupid thing to say.
As your son like yeets it off the roof.
Yeah, there are 100 million ways they could break it. But that is like, we curate that all through Amazon. So we say, oh, they're allowed this website and these YouTube videos specifically, but they can't get out to the internet. But they also, there's like Amazon curated like Kindle Kids stuff, so there's little books that they can swipe through. It's all cool. It's basically an activity center. It's not the same as the internet.
Nice.
But they do have videos on the internet that they watch and that they like love. But something that worries me is YouTube Kids is a thing. It's supposed to be, you can't.
It's wild.
It's weird, but the weird thing that I like it's not necessarily like nefarious or anything, but it's just adults.
It's algorithm.
It's adults
driven, correct?
Pretty much, yeah. And it the next video that comes up, so it's like, okay, I have this toy here. We're gonna see what's in this toy. It's a Peppa Pig. Now we're gonna see what's in this one.
Yeah.
And it's just these people opening toys, but kids love it because they can see the toys. They're taking all these toys out and they're unwrapping them, and kids love unwrapping things. So it seems very targeted and like taking advantage. They get views out of them, so I imagine they get something out of it. I don't like. I wouldn't go as far as to say there's anything subliminal in there. It's just weird,
right? Because I feel like I watch the same
I don't
thing,
let them
but
watch
about
it because
stuff
it's
I like.
Weird.
Yeah, there's one that I've heard about that like has earned $11 million between 2016 and 2017. And was the 8th highest paid YouTuber, and then was by 2018 and 2019 the highest paid YouTuber.
Oh my god!
And
22 and 26 million, and now it has sponsored toy lines.
For anybody who's not familiar, we've talked about this. Like, are we just curmudgeons now? Is this stuff that kids like? They like were my parents saying the same thing about Yatta? They should have. It's a fucking weird. It's a weird video. I don't expect them to get it, but it's just like, no, like this just feels like it's like I have boiled content down to its very basis of this goes in your eyes. I don't care what it is, and it's just I don't know, that whole thing.
Sensory videos.
Yeah, so
they
we don't let them have
baby sensory videos.
Oh,
is that
yes,
something
we used to watch those all the time. Those are great.
And
those are
colors and shapes and crap, right?
Yeah, it's like little flowers, and they grow and they bloom, and then a flower next to it blooms, and that one's blue. and they just keep popping up, and they have big smiles on their faces,
Oh.
and a little
Like blue.
marimba version of Raindrops Keep Falling on My Head's playing in the background. And my kids used to just like watch it and just like watch the shapes, and it was a good way to just keep them, you know, from screen. If they were upset about something, we'd throw that on, because they wouldn't. We don't want anything that's like flashy or you know, because we don't know what the hell we're doing, but like that
it's no
doesn't
worse
seem
than keys. Like when a baby, it's like as if you don't put a baby under a mobile, like as if you aren't doing these things low grade for babies anyways.
Yeah, but I worry about what the internet's going to be for them. I don't know which direction it's going to go in, where somebody's going to put their foot down eventually and say like, no, maybe kids, you know, my son could. And he's very smart, so he could like find a video or find like a story on war and see stuff that he like shouldn't.
Yeah.
And then there's like stuff worse than that that's just very easily accessible. I worry how soon kids these days will see that stuff and how badly it'll affect them. So it's scary. But then I also wonder, like, is somebody going to put their foot down and say like, no more of that stuff? And then it's like, well, what happens to the internet then once you start going to it's tough. The future is a very weird place. And it only gets weirder.
I think I remember when I learned that Disney has like a YouTube channel that is just unboxing Disney products.
Yeah.
And it's just like,
it's Disney, like they own it.
Yeah.
See,
which, like, of course they do. Like, it makes sense, and it's not
bad outside of the context of this like industrial capitalist trash.
No, obviously that's what you're going to do. I don't fault you for doing it.
It's not unprecedented at all, because it's the natural end game of like the 80s boom of like cartoons based on toys. Because it's like, what if we just didn't have to budget anything?
Just look at these toys.
Yeah, just here's cards.
You know what? Cool? You want these toys? You can have them.
And I would
watch us take them out. Watch us take them out of the box, and then go ask your mom and get you your own box. That's how it works. But it's like, it's like there was no Forrest and Emily sitting on a couch brainstorming how is our unboxing video going to go. That's somebody at Disney handing some intern a box and be like, just open this slowly.
Could you imagine?
Well, some were even hosted like by
children.
Kids.
Yeah.
Ryan Seacrest.
Oh, if only.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Bo Burnham's Welcome to the Internet is on loop in the back of this conversation. It really is. And it's really fascinating, sort of seeing it from our adult eyes.
Yeah.
Trying
and
to
definitely seeing it as a parent.
It through, and there's
because my parents had no idea what I was getting into on the internet. And like, luckily I wasn't a bad kid. I mostly, like the worst thing I did was post giant ASCII Scooby-Doo's in AOL chat rooms and get banned. And then every so often my mom would get like a TOS violation. You have been spamming. She's like, what does this mean? I was like, don't worry about it. So, it's a virus. I'll get rid of it for you.
I was just arguing with people about Star Wars.
For Ghost. I wish there were less fascists so we could sell things more easily. It's like whatever gets you to stop the fascists, honestly, at this point. It's, like, I will take your garbage that you're going to throw into the ocean. Just please stop the fascists.
The future is cool in a whole lot of ways, but then in a whole lot of other ways, it's really not.
It's a lot. It's a lot. That's what it is. It's a lot of good, a lot of... you take the good, you take the bad, you take them both, and then you have the facts of life.
Facts of life.
Yeah.
Facts of
life.
But
speaking of the future...
I agree.
Erikstravaganza.
Yes.
This Friday.
9 p.m.
Friday.
Eastern.
This 9 p.m. I think that this is a really beautiful project from the point of view of community building.
Absolutely.
And a way that humans like to interact. I've been thinking a lot. I read the best word. It's the villager drive. It's our drive as humans to create walkable communities amongst ourselves, which is why people like love college.
Yeah.
And because it's usually the first time we've like lived in these walkable communities. And I really do feel like there is, I didn't read this part on the photo of the Tumblr post that I read on Reddit. But I feel like on the internet, I feel like in these communities, that's the villager drive. And how do we express ourselves and sort of share the things we're doing? Because humans are always fiddling with shit. If we were not always fiddling with shit and making shit, we would not be human beings. We would be a different animal. Cats don't fiddle with shit.
Well,
I mean, they play with their food because they can't see it. But, like, cats can't see anything right in front of their nose.
Yeah.
Turn the lights
blind
off, though.
spot. Full blind spot.
Forget about it.
Forget about it.
But I love that. That's beautiful. And that's absolutely, that's where it is. I love watching people make stuff. I love, everybody, everybody I've met through Planet Scum that submits anything. I just I'm gaga over. I love seeing it. I'm like, this is like, we're all just here like hanging out. It's not it's a tiny little community in the grand scheme of things.
Yeah.
But there are references that are funny enough to the little group of us that 20 people will make fan art of it, and every one of it will be unique, and it will all just the fact that somebody did it, you'll get like a million reactions to. Like, I can't believe you took this thing and made this. How great is that? I love seeing that. And I want more of it.
Humans back in the day, I was thinking like, all right, we have this glut of media that we are always consuming. I'm like, all right, how bad should I feel as a human for having YouTube on literally all day, just while I do other shit?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, well, humans are not born into this world able to deal with our external environment. Before we were Homo sapiens, there were Homo sapiens who were weaving clothes to put on our bodies, because these bodies need something, which means that every single human was always fiddling with shit, making string to make the clothes, to make the everything in our lives, and our brains need to be like excited all the time in order for us to have the capacity to do that for so much of our time. And so we've always needed entertainment during that, which is why
fuels creativity.
Storytelling is so important, why it's something so innate to so many of us, and why I think it's not valued as highly. But I'm curious about
I want to mention one thing before you go to the next question, because Single Walk Run pointed out a great thing, which is this is a good time to plug Alice's project, theweirdinter.net, which is an attempt to sort of recreate some of that old internet magic.
You guys never quietly stare off into the middle distance. That's what I feel like doctors are asking me to do, to be honest. I'm like, so I can't use my hands because they're injured. The fuck should I be doing with my time? They're like, well, you shouldn't sit too much, but you also can't walk very much because your body. Also, you can't do anything with your hands. I'm like, what do humans do? The fuck do humans do?
I'm fiddling with the string on my pants right now.
Fucking right?
I'm literally, I'm wrapping it. I'm doing like one of these. You ever do one of these where you weave it through your fingers?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
100
move.
Yeah. You've been fiddling with
I've been literally
cord the whole
fiddling
time.
with this cord. But Eric, tell me, you are one of the paragons of the internet villager drive. Like, we do our little show or whatever. We do like the post show, but I don't consider myself someone who is good at gathering a lot of people together and having all of them input and all of them contributing and playing with each other. What do you think is
30 people on this stream would disagree with you.
I mean, but at the same time, like, the thought to me of like reaching out to 30 people and being like, hey, like, give me things so that we can all watch Thing together. That's like, wow,
your
that's
disposition
a lot of energy.
does that for you. Your disposition invites that energy to come back week after
Do you
week.
feel like that is how you feel? I just feel like that's like a particular type of energy that I don't have, and that's fine. But I feel like you have that, and I'm so fascinated what you think. Have there been other times in your lives, area in your life, where you have played this similar role? What elements of that do you think are the most important in bringing together this villager drive thing in creating that kind of space, because I do feel like you, as a mod on the Discord, I often think about things you have said to me when I've been like, I feel insecure about how I'm interacting with people, and you're like, Emily, I will actually I will fist fight anyone who doesn't think that, and I'm like, okay, like I'm good. Tell me about other places you've done this, if so.
I just want to be everybody's friend.
Well,
that's where it ends.
Yeah.
I like people, most people, and I can usually tell pretty quickly if I vibe with somebody, and if I do, I'm just like, all right, we're gonna be friends. Like we gotta like let's just be friends. Let's be allies. And it's like when I joined the Discord all those years ago. At this point, that was just like rapid fire that over and over again, like all these people coming together and throwing bits around, and to your point, I don't know that I necessarily have what you say I have, but I found a community where we all just gravitate towards each other naturally, where we're all interested in what each other are doing. It's like, oh, this Discord member and this Discord member got together and they're throwing a radio show, like sign me the F up. Like that's an interesting. But Steph and I, we have like movie and TV Tourette's, where almost every one of our conversation is either spearheaded or the cork is put in with a movie line or a reference or something that we get, and it's really bad. So an outsider watching it, it's like we're speaking just complete nonsense to each other. But one of the things that we do, there's a Family Guy episode. It's a murder mystery where they go to a big mansion and James Wood is murdered, and they have to figure out who it is, but they got to split up to figure it out. And so Peter is pointing to everybody, and he's just like, all right, so Chris, you go with him, you go with him, and then the pirate is there, and he's like, pirate and doctor, yeah, that could be a fun pairing. Yeah, you guys go. And like I think about that a lot on the Discord when like two people are having a conversation, or even like on Twitch shows and things like that, where two people are having a conversation, like Mary's painting party. Say two people are talking, like those two people should have a show. Like that could be a fun pairing. I just love seeing, and it's been happening since I joined, like nonstop since I joined. So it's almost impossible not to try to do something with all this splashback creativity that comes from that place. It's like, it's inspiring, and it's very easy to get inspired when you're in a creative environment like that.
That's true. For Ghost, I think that's so interesting. It's so difficult to make friends. I think it's actually impossible for humans to make friends in a vacuum. And in the vacuum of isolation, which our society informs us is the correct way to be, they're like, no, live in your house only with your partner and a dog, maybe. Community, buy it. We can sell you coffee. That's your interaction with another human.
Here's my big hurdle.
Though.
My big hurdle
is... Am I wrong?
Eye contact is so difficult.
Yeah.
Yes.
Eye contact is so difficult, and I feel like that is a major factor in getting anybody to trust you or talk with you or get it. So like, and I don't like it. So I gotta force myself to do it. So it is very hard to make friends
and sitting
to
still.
Interact. Yeah, I haven't sat still this entire time.
Yeah.
I'm very hyper aware of it.
Yeah.
And I feel like if there was a time lapse of this stream, it would just be
right.
The entire
That's me
time
too.
as I'm talking.
And
I'm aware of it.
Yeah. A big part of
Can stop, won't stop.
Internet for me, or at least like putting yourself out there is incredibly hard.
Oh my God, I am terrified for Friday. I am terrified for Friday.
Fantastic.
I've worked it and worked it and worked it as much as I can, and I'm still just like, oh my God, like I'm tired, and it's because I'm over and over and over again watching. But like, I'm tired of this. Like this is just trash the whole thing. That's
how I feel.
I'm so anxious all the time.
Yeah, that's how I feel every Friday.
I'm like doing my makeup, and I'm like, everything that we do is meaningless. This is stupid. I'm making an absolute ass of myself and others. There's no purpose to anything we do, and then we do it, and I'm like, yes, I'm so glad we did.
Yes, when I'm fortunate enough to guest on your shows,
every time.
I like,
please.
as I'm sitting there, I'm like, I gotta bring it. Like if I don't bring it, what's going on? And
You-
so like
You
you're talking
always
about doing
bring
the
it.
makeup and stuff. I'm like, I gotta bring it.
You bring
They're
it.
they're
bring
bringing it.
Fucking hard.
You always
Louisville and Christie are bringing it. I gotta bring it.
I think a lot about your bit of the two different aliens
Yeah.
doing a vaudeville with each other. Something I really admire about the things that you do is how much pre-scripting and work goes into it. And how good you are and funny you are at that.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm one of those people. Every time here, by the way, is the
Yeah.
Google light. This was the practical effect. Everything else was
so
dark.
cool.
And
so
then I
yeah,
had the
Erik
red paint.
did. Yeah,
Yeah.
please.
The red paint on my face would show when the light was blue, and the blue paint on my face would show when the light was red. And so I did two different faces using practical effects, like The Thing 1982, not like The Thing 2011, which is still a good movie, but no practical effects in that one. I'm all about practical.
I am obsessed. And
I hope so.
like,
Thank you.
that's
so
the
sweet,
thing
Virgo.
is like working
Thank you.
through that and finding the places where you can feel the most comfortable putting yourself out there. Like I feel the most comfortable putting myself out there when I am in an environment that I can control.
Yeah.
I can control all the sensory input. I don't have to feel insecure about how the environment is affecting me compared to other people. I don't have to look at people, and I don't have to have non-divided attention, which I'm very insecure about, despite the fact that none of my friends have ever given a shit. Which is why they're my
you are
friends.
your own worst enemy in that.
Absolutely, yeah.
Like they
And
don't
you're
care
also
if
aware.
I'm crafting. Like,
Deep down, you're aware that you're your own worst enemy, but you're still just like, no, you don't know what you're talking about. Obviously, I'm the one bashing you. You shut up.
exactly.
But it's just like I am like very hyper aware that like oh, everybody watching me also has the entire internet right there, right next to them. So if for some reason they don't want to watch me anymore, like they could just go off and do something else, and that's a very big relief for me to know that like I'm not any kind of soul. And what you said about anxiety, like a live show kind of thing, like I would die. I don't know how I could do it.
No.
I would scrutinize everything I do. Like I would move my foot, and then I'd be like, oh man, somebody probably noticed I moved my foot. Like what are they gonna think? I'm just moving my foot all night? Just stupid little things like that creep into my head. Anytime I've ever done like a live band thing, I'm just like, there's somebody, no matter what, like there's everybody. I could look down at the crowd and not see anybody making eye contact with me, but like somebody's watching what I'm doing with my guitar, and they know I'm not good. They know I'm a fraud, and I only know power chords.
Culture Clash, Tim. Where can people come hang with you?
Oh,
At this amazing
Culture
Culture
Clash.
Clash. Where is this? What
Culture
location?
Clash is a bucket list item for me.
Toledo.
There.
Right. Toledo. Okay.
Right.
gotta
So
get
anyone
there.
near
Toledo.
there,
Yeah.
get the fuck out, because that sounds like fun.
Yeah, April 23rd in downtown Toledo, Ohio.
Hell yeah.
Every
It's been-
picture I see of Culture Clash on their Instagram page is better than the last.
Right.
And I don't know if it's the team that's here or somebody else running the social media, but you make that record store look so delicious.
Yeah.
It's like I dream about it. I just want to go there.
Yeah.
It's absolutely incredible. It's interesting thinking about live events, live spaces, internet events, internet spaces, especially as the world.
Yeah.
Everyone has decided that the world will be open again.
Yeah. Yes.
Like humans have decided that the pandemic is over.
Oh, it's mostly Tim and
Yeah.
the manager.
Oh, hell yeah.
Oh my God,
Damn
so
it,
good.
George.
So
Who runs
if
the
you're not
socials?
following, if you're a fan of records, even if you're not,
Please
Yeah.
follow that.
follow Culture Clash on whatever social media they have. You won't regret it.
Absolutely.
It's really it makes me just
yeah.
want vinyl. Like I got to stop ordering vinyl, but I just want
And-
vinyl.
And yeah, they handled all that very well as well.
That's amazing. And I think that's so important, is like having spaces that you feel safe for whatever reason. For some people, that's the
Because why not?
internet.
Yeah.
Right.
Because why not? Why put yourself in that situation?
Yeah.
For a lot of
if it's gonna
people-
at all detract from the creative process, do it where you're comfortable. That's why this is on my show on Friday is going to be mostly on StreamYard, except for a live section where I'm already doing something I'm comfortable with. There's no prep involved.
Right.
It's going to be me and a guest, just chatting our way through a game, and that'll be fun. I'm not nervous about that. And then the rest of it's all just video that I just play. So the biggest thing I have to worry about is just are people having a good time, and I hope they will.
I think
sure.
I think it's funny, and I'm a very big critic, especially of myself. So, but a lot of the stuff I'm laughing at is not stuff that I'm involved in. So,
I'm very excited, and I think it's interesting because I also think back to so much of the stuff that inspired me, like you were saying earlier. It's the internet stuff, like all these things where I'm like, oh, this is what guided and shaped my sense of humor. It's Flash videos.
yeah, it's attainable.
Yeah.
It's like somebody did that. I could do that. I just got to figure it out. And that's what I'm saying about like variety, like the variety show. It's just like everybody's got shows. I want a show.
I love
I
it.
have a show.
So excited.
Right?
And that's the thing about this. I learned.
Have a show.
I just learned like you could just have a show.
Yeah.
Nobody could stop you.
Right. It's
Like
yes.
we all got
I've been
phones
thinking
with
about that
cameras.
with K-Scum too.
Yeah.
Like everyone can just have a show, and you're like you're K-Scum DJ,
Mr.
manager of K-Scum, and I just think it's so incredible. Like I love that almost every day I know that there's just going to be like people talking there, and I was trying to, think like how would that look in a physical space?
Oh,
like college and stuff and this and that, and I'm like, how do I feel connected and feel good as a human connecting to the other humans? And I'm like, oh, like being in groups with them where there are topics where we talk to each other, where there's this sort of like casual creation, and that is not accessible to everyone in a physical space for many reasons.
Yeah,
but
slight content warning if you're not into people talking about mandates and things like that in a keep them going kind of way. Maybe steer clear of a part of Erikstravaganza, because I pound into that pretty hard about how it's not open for everybody, and
it is absolutely
we still gotta chill. So
Yeah.
That will be part of it. And like, I almost consider taking it out, but I'm like, no, I know too many people who are affected by this to just not do something.
Right.
So,
yeah.
Yes.
And I was thinking,
one of the ideas in
after.
my phone that I didn't end up doing. Sorry, just while the box shows brought up,
please.
Was an ad for the take home version of the box game. But you get it, and it's very clearly just a box of somebody's trash.
We're just sending boxes of trash.
But the voiceover's super excited. Like, you can have your very own box game. Guess what's inside?
I'm obsessed.
But I never did end up doing it.
Oh
but
my
that's
God.
I mean, that's the kind of stuff that I'm like looking for people to come at me with, like, hey, I had this funny idea for this thing. Do you think this could work? Like, the answer is probably almost always going to be yeah. If you could film it and it takes 2 minutes to watch or 2 minutes to 3 minutes to watch, because that's the thing. The other thing too, I don't want anything going on for too long, because then I feel like I can't cram as much in to make it a true variety. But also, like, I realize most of my jokes fall apart after like 35 seconds. So.
I think that's such a great I love that conceit though, also because it lowers the barrier to entry to such a place where it, like, we do shows, we chat with the chat, we have guests on. That feels very different from a K-Scum show. Like, most of the K-Scum shows feel so warm and so much more just like hanging out with friends, even if I'm not talking, because sometimes verbalizing is, or like the part where it comes out of the mouth part, not the like brain verbalizing part. Vocalizing. Haha.
That's a word.
Like, sometimes that's hard. Like,
I'm almost
sometimes
sure of it.
people are, but you're still vocalizing and still talking along. And I love, a community needs to see itself.
Yeah.
If the group is not reflected back to themselves, they do not feel like a group.
Right. And how do you know if you vibe if you're not getting everybody's take on things?
And that's what I love about all of the fan art elements that Planet Scum shows have had. Something that I love about, like, I mean, K-Scum, you just get to see people make things that are, like, super low barrier to entry, but they're sharing of themselves. And you get to see that. People need to, like, share with each other. And with fucking Smule is in session.
Oh, yeah.
That's the biggest one. I, like, never go to that show. But I love that it exists so much. And every time I see, like, all the people there, I feel safe and warm.
And, like, most of those people are contributors.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like, Smule, so we had an unfortunate incident where we recorded all of the floor show from Rocky Horror Picture Show, each one of us taking one of the different parts all the way through. And we were just about to get it ready for the show, to get it downloaded. And then some random person on Smule jumped in and just over the whole thing. And when you have a group track, it's all layered. You can't get rid of it. So now that person. So now we've locked down our group songs, and now we have to individually invite. You can invite 25 people at a time. It's getting to the point where I can't fit everybody who participates in Smule, and I have to send out 2 separate invites. So it's
incredible.
It's
incredible.
And that's just like
so
like
nice.
Everybody likes to call that like my show, Smules in Session. Literally all I do is pull the files off the internet and play them because I have the ability to do so. Like it is a tried and true everybody's Planet Scum show.
Yeah.
Where they just week after week and like thousands and thousands of hours of just content that they're grinding out every week. And then we all sit in there and we compliment each other. That's where the warmth comes from. It's like interactive radio is what it is, which I did not foresee 20 years ago radio coming back.
Right.
But it's one of the ones I'm most comfortable with now is no visual. I can mess around while chatting with other people.
Yeah.
Yeah, sounds like a producer. Things from the Void. You can absolutely have a K-Scum show.
Anyone watching.
Oh my god, I wish you would.
Right?
And like, they're like that. We have done so many amazing things on K-Scum, like your after show, which like there's a hole, there's a void where the after show has been. But I know when the next time we have one, it'll be all that more special.
Yeah.
But just the after show and the chaos pit that is,
I love Ollie and Macaroni's new show, the Friend Show.
Yeah, I love
fantastic.
Any show.
All these things that are like super low barrier to entry, like hey,
single walk
run.
Good night, single walk run.
Oh yeah, that'll be exciting. Beautiful city.
Oh my god!
And of course,
I really
K-Scum Theater.
Really want to see that
K-Scum
really Theater.
Exciting.
We got to do like another look at
is so great.
all the things on K-Scum Theater and get some more people on to like plug their shit.
Yeah.
We did Garth Marenghi last month, and it was so fun. Your cat,
so good.
Emily's cat was so good.
It inspired us to watch.
We watched
Garth Marenghi,
and it was
too.
insane to me.
Did you watch all the way
spot
through?
on your performance.
Not all
was.
the way yet, but
no, we
it's
watched
so
the first
good.
episode and the second
The first
episode.
3, I think.
God, that episode. So you've seen
Thank you,
Skipper
Stephen
the
Powell.
Eye
You were amazing,
Child,
too.
Once Upon a Beginning, Hell Hath Fury, and Skipper the Eye Child. Those are the first 3, right?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I was
God,
paying
Skipper the Eye
attention.
Child has one of my favorite bits where he's trying not to let her read his mind, and so he's got to keep his mind off of things. And so he picks up one of his own books, because Garth Marenghi, the actual Garth Marenghi, is like a piece of shit, stuck up, egotistical asshole. He puts his own book in his thing and then pretends like he never heard of him. But my favorite thing is he just goes, he's just like, oh, I'm just reading this book by Gareth Marenghi. She's like, oh, Garth Marenghi, he's great. I've read everything he's ever written. And he goes like this. He's talking to her. He goes, I could take or leave it. And looks at the camera. It's one of my favorite bits on that show. Oh my god, what an asshole!
God. Oh my God. I mean, I think that's just like the things that people
definitely
come up
revisit
with.
it.
Like,
It not only holds up. I feel like it's even more pristine now somehow.
That's the other thing I was thinking with the Villager Drive, how we gather around media. Like, that is why evolution, like, there's two reasons humans are obsessed with entertainment and media. One, because our brains are overwrought and we would die if they weren't. So they need extra shit going on. Like, not just people with ADHD. Every human. Like, I think, like, oh, I have ADHD, so, like, I need something going on. No, like, every single human needs input all the time. And two, humans gather around media because it is a low barrier to entry way to have a shared experience. And then share with each other.
That's why Planet Scum exists. That's why I know you.
Yeah.
That's why I know everybody in this chat. It's because we all gravitated towards the same kind of destructive comedy that Chris Gethard was offering on his show.
Yeah.
I've often said, I remember the first time I ever interacted with Chris directly was on Twitter many, many years ago, where I said the Chris Gethard show is exactly like the Chris Gethard show is the closest thing we have in real life to Stanley Spadowski's Funhouse from UHF. And he responded, that's high praise.
Yeah. But that's a great
true.
comparison.
Yeah.
Like, I even feel like they had the fire hose
must
portion at one point in their decade.
Have. If they haven't, I am sure it'll happen. Like, like, given his Instagram post about jousting horses at New Jersey is the world, a fire hose can't be far behind.
Right.
I mean, I think that's what's so great about the stuff that Gethard has created and the people that gather around that. I think that there's so much of bringing people in. Of, like, low barrier to entry, like, sit here and someone's gonna cut your fucking hair. Like, who's in the studio today? What ridiculous shit can I show these people, and how can I give them a way to participate that no one can not do? Like a thing that no one is unable to do for a reason. You're chanting. You are all chanting together. And it's fucking hilarious because it's meaningless, and so no one can get mad or like be offended. I mean, I guess they could, but
but that's just like the kind of community that we've crafted here. Somebody brought up Blogtoven brought up Albino Black Sheep to Planet Scum pipeline. I'm just thinking back on that pipeline, and like I've bounced from online. I'm an early 2000s was my teenage years. I lived online since we had a computer. It's been so I've bounced from online community to online community to online community. And I feel like the first one I was really a part of was Albino Black Sheep. But even there, it was like there was a tiered level of who talked to who.
Ooh,
and like I had my cronies, which is funny. I was revisiting one of the cartoons that's going to be on the show on Friday. And I was panning past a bunch of license plates that had names on them. And I was like, what was I doing here? And I zoomed in and I realized it was all the names of all my friends on the Albino Black Sheep forums. And I was like, oh my God, I haven't thought about some of these names in years. So like there was that. And then when that, went away, I'm trying to think of what other communities I've like the cracked.com. Had a forum-based community in the background that was also a very creative space. So it's like all the places I gravitate towards, all the people that are my people are people that are grinding out and creating. And it's that like splashes off of them, it gets some on me, and then I'm like, oh, okay, I can, I've got something I want to do now. And it's just like, as long as there are communities like that where people are inspiring each other, I think we'll be all right.
Is there anything from like Planet Scum's my first online community? The only other strangers I had ever spoken to online was a poetry forum in high school and one guy used very big words to insult a play that I wrote. And it was so pretentious.
If it was pretentious, that means he had a thesaurus opened on the next tab.
Exact. It was literally like that is what
I
of his
can
stuff.
smell
I read
my
his
own
stuff, and I'm like, and I was like immediately like, oh my god. And then I also like didn't really know how to talk to other people. I'm like, do I pretend to be someone else? Like, can I maintain this? Will this be fun? Like, no, it's not. It's
and then as soon as you start overthinking, I'm like, no, I can't keep that up.
I'm just like, I am a teenager. I literally don't know who I'm talking to. Like, am I in danger? Like, I'm not telling anyone I'm a teenager.
Oh yeah. Yeah,
but
that
like
was the parents at the
is that
time.
worse even? Because then these people think they're interacting with an adult woman at the time.
The motto of the internet may as well be "You're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't."
Yeah.
And I'm curious, is there anything that you feel like you collected from being in these spaces, experience that you gained from interacting that you brought to Planet Scum that you think helped you be a part of and create this community? Be a part of creating this community.
100%.
Tell me about it.
My big thing with communities was eventually, anytime I got into one, I would realize just like how cliquey they ended up being. There were way back in WWE when it was WWF, there was the Clique. And that was the big superstars at the time. They were called the Clique in the backstage. They got to rub elbows with the McMahons, give storyline ideas, and say, you know, this is the direction I think my character should go. And then they would be like, okay, yeah, you guys are the top earners. We'll put you in any direction you want to. But then they could also say, this isn't the direction I want him to go. So I want you to replace him with him, and then I'll do that. And that's the story. And that kind of stuff happens everywhere.
Yeah.
So to the point where a lot of times it doesn't become fun anymore because there's stuff like that. And I've experienced that in one way or another in every community that I've been to. And I think about it and I'm just like, I don't think I was like that, because I was kind of like, I kind of just kept to myself in a lot of these places.
Yeah.
But when people were doing stuff, I'd be like, okay, yeah, I'll get in on that. But so it's something that I didn't want to ever put upon somebody else, is to make somebody else feel that they're cliquey, you know, like you're that I'm not, you know, you're not in with me. Like I because I know how that feels. I don't want ever anybody to, like, it's all the thing about I want to be everybody's friend. Like I just want to be friendly with everybody. If I find out somebody doesn't like me or something like that, it's all I think about. Yeah. So just being nice is something that I think I've learned is a very big asset, and it's not very plentiful.
Yeah.
And then once I got to Planet Scum, I just realized, like, oh, that's kind of like the deal here. Everybody's kind of just cool.
Yeah.
So like when I first get in there, I'm just like,
though. You helped set the tone. And
I came in pretty into it. There was already a tone set, which is why I stuck around. Because I downloaded Discord for it, and Discord was a hassle to get up. So I was like, I can easily see setting this up, saying hi to these people, and then bouncing and never touching this garbage app again. And now I think if I look at my screen time, it's the biggest one that I use all week. So it's you know, there's something to be said for a kind and welcoming community that's already in place that I can then kind of just slide in. And it's funny how people do, when they come in, they'll just like fit right in. Like everybody is funny, which is amazing. There's that, and then just, you know, from crack.com, there was an entire workshop environment in the forums where there was a tiered structure of how you get your articles on the front page. Any old person from off the street could sign up for the website and then say, hey, I have an idea for this article. But there were guidelines. You had to give them at least six entries, because 6 entries does a good article make. And they all have to have links that send you somewhere that verifies what you're saying. And they all have to then tie back into your main point. Right. And if you got all of those pieces into place, the moderators would be like, all right, I'm going to kick this up where the editors will actually look at them. And then they take them every week, or they would take them. This isn't the case anymore, as far as I know. They would take them every week have a meeting about them, talk about every single one of them, and then it would either come back to you and say, this one's not as strong, or we use this somewhere else. So why don't you research a little bit more into this and figure out if you can find something that means a little bit more to what you're trying to say. And once you have that over and over and over and over again, you're like, okay, I really got to buckle down and like get my shit together before I get it. Because if I'm the guy they're always kicking the articles back down to, then that's my reputation. So it instilled in me something where I'm like, no, the first thing that I put out, it's got to be meticulously thought out, and it's got to be right, and then it's got to be what they're expecting it to be.
Right.
And so I feel like that workshop did so much for me. Like
that's incredible.
Once you would get up there, then the editors would be like, okay, we love this. You got 2 weeks to write this, and then it'll be on the front page.
Wow, that's wild.
And so cool. like I feel like I can take what I learned there and just be like, okay, if I'm going to do this thing, then I got to make sure that nobody's going to kick it back to me and say like, well, I liked this, but I didn't like this. Like try to put the thing out that is what you're saying it's going to be, and nobody can question that. And so I feel like that's everything. So when I was thinking of a variety show, that's a really easy way out of that, because there's no coherent structure to this show.
Yeah.
There's no common thread tying everything together. There's no overall story. I think there's one recurring thing throughout the entire thing that is its own thing, just stretched out across the thing. It could certainly be that, but right now I just have I just want
so excited.
I just want a bunch of stuff that is going to be in your face, and then when you're done, you'll be like, okay, that was funny. I liked that. And I really feel like if I'm not there yet, I'm close. But yeah, so that's the way I put to this. I was just like, I'm going to make this a variety show, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to throw a whole bunch of things. I'm not going to overthink it. All of these, if I think something's funny, I'm going to do it, and then we'll see if it's funny. And then if I do it again, then I will learn from that, and I'll find something else. I'll see what worked and what didn't. We're just feeling our way through.
I love that.
This first show is going to take us off the runway, and then I hope that anybody who watches it will help it fly. Because I am asking for just anybody who wants to submit to just submit. And you know how to reach me. I'm easy. But again, I could say all this and people could just be like, "Oh, that's nice." But then I hope that if it's seen on Friday and you see, "Oh, this was done very easily," because you'll see it.
Yeah.
It's very DIY stuff, but it's just like, "Oh, this is easy to do." Well, I have this funny idea. I could probably just grab my cell phone and film this. It's basically what TikTok is.
Yeah.
So this is. But versus TikTok, where it's 3 million people, I just have a little Twitch channel and a bunch of talented friends. So let's all get together and make a big mishmash of funny stuff.
I'm so excited.
Absolutely love it. I'm so excited. Erik, thank you so much for talking to us.
Blogtoven will see why that's funny on Friday.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for joining us for what turned out to be a big episode.
Yes.
Thank you for having me. This is I've only been putting this stuff out on Instagram and Twitter, so this is a very nice thing of you to allow me to come on here and talk about it and get things out that I couldn't get out in a post on an Instagram. It was very sweet, and you two are the best in the biz. Everybody said so.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Erik. Everyone, please
check it out.
Please check it out on Friday. This Friday.
9 p.m. Eastern at twitch.tv/ErikGerm.
It's the perfect thing.
Forrest and Emily are a part of it, and they never miss. So at the very least, it's gonna be an excellent show.
Thank you. I've been it was basically what you were describing of the that's a dumb idea. I could do that. That's been me all since I've been working on it this week. It's been like, yeah, that's a funny one.
Yeah.
And I have the Google Doc that never leaves my tabs on every device that I have has the layout of the show and what had to be crossed out and what's not working and what is working. And it's just like, okay, this is funny, but I'm actually going to take this out because I just thought of something even dumber that is easier to film, but I feel like the joke is better.
Yes.
All of mine are this is a joke. I don't think I could make the joke longer than I'm
Yes.
doing it, but it's a fun joke.
That's exactly. I was just like, the joke can't be longer, so I'm just gonna cut it off. That's the end of it.
Yeah.
If I cut it off
exactly.
there, it works.
Yeah.
If I go any further, it becomes hack and trite. That's
I
been
can't
my
think of
mindset all week.
If I can't think of a setup, you don't eat it.
Oh my god, I literally have a thing where I do this big giant setup, and then at the end, I'm just like, it's whatever. Because that's what the show is. If it's basically saying if anything goes wrong during tonight's show, like, whatever, who cares?
Yeah.
What is it? It's just a thing on the internet. It's
It's just a thing that a bunch of friends are doing. Screw it, we will do it live.
We'll
Friends.
do it live.
Live.
Trash
This
people.
Friday.
This Friday.
At 6 p.m. Pacific,
9 p.m.
9
Eastern.
p.m. Eastern. You got to check out Erikstravaganza. It is the perfect time slot to be watching a thing right before Radio Free Multiverse, which is definitely going to relate because this week it's Star Trek trivia.
All Star Trek trivia this Friday.
If I'm not in a complete panic,
I know,
at the
right?
end
Like,
of it,
will you be so
I will be in the
exhausted?
Kahoot. Otherwise, I will watch the replay. Won't skip
Literally,
ahead.
we decided on it, and I'm like, oh, that's really exciting because we'll just have Erik on. And Forrest's like, Erik will have just hosted his show.
It's a night of my favorite things. Hell yeah! Hey, if you're not on the Discord, we run
Yes.
a Deep Space Nine book club every 2 weeks, where we watch 5 episodes at a time, and then we discuss them like a book club. If you wanted to ever join the Discord and get in on that, you can.
Deep
Sorry,
Space
I know we're trying to.
69.
We've
I
now
think that's
done six
fantastic.
setups to sign off where I've just kept rambling on.
Not because I want to do the plugs. And
That's
like,
yeah.
I was going to be like, plug all
That's
the
a
shows.
deserved
got
plug.
We
You
got
some great-
the
Oh
book
my God.
club.
Book club. Yeah, I might as well plug that this Sunday at 6:30 p.m. Eastern time in Scum Radio. It's Deep Space 69. We watched 5 episodes. We're on the 5th season, on the last 6 episodes of season 5.
Wow.
Ooh.
And they are bangers. So we discuss them, and then we watch the next 5 the next week or the next 2 weeks, and so on until we finish the series, and then we'll see what happens there.
Yeah.
So that's a lot of fun.
So incredible. Everyone, we love you. We love interacting with you on the internet. We want to see the dumb shit that crosses your mind.
Absolutely.
We want to see everything because just the act of creation is subversive enough. The joy is subversive enough. 1. 2, we want to see it because we all just want to laugh together.
Yeah.
And saying anything is just as valuable as saying everything. I think. I don't know. In these kinds of environments, in these kinds of situations, humans need to feel comfortable sharing with each other. I use the word humans so much. I feel more and more like the alien that I am every single day.
On Star Trek, the Ferengi call them humans.
Humans. I do feel...
You say human sometimes.
I do say human. I do feel
When you're
a great relation to the Ferengi.
When you're
When
imitating
you're getting
person.
when you're collecting gold pressed latinum.
When I am collecting
From-
the gold.
that
When
you-
I'm
that you-
having complex interactions with my civilization and how it relates to the way other people live. I love Star Trek so much.
Star Trek's so good.
So good.
We need to catch up with
And
stuff.
it only gets better.
Yeah.
Oh my god. It's so good. Friends, we love you so dearly. We want to thank you so much for
you,
hanging out
Erik.
with us, for
Thank you,
showing up
everybody.
to hear about Erikstravaganza. I
Yeah.
know we're going to see you all on
This
Friday.
Friday.
We're going to
hope
see a
so.
lot of your amazing work. You're going to see some dumb shit we did.
Very dumb.
It's so dumb.
That's what
It's so dumb.
I couldn't ask for more. Literally, every other part that's not your part you're going to be watching is like, this is so dumb.
Good.
But
Ours is so dumb. I was like
Ours are my
sitting in a
favorite.
restaurant and I'm like, Forrest, this is the video we have to do.
Is that the one we shot?
Yeah, that's the
Okay.
one we shot.
so
recorded some of the VOs earlier today, and I felt very silly.
It was fun hearing from across our place, like through the 3 doors, and I'm like, yes, gold is happening.
I was singing the theme song last night as I was putting it together, and then I went upstairs, and Steph was like, "Hey, is your name Erik Germ?"
It's also your Twitch channel.
It is my Twitch channel.
Yes. Everyone, we're so excited to see you on Friday. We love you all so dearly.
Yes.
We're so excited to see you at Scum. Thank you so incredibly, Erik. Honestly, I just want to keep talking to you. I'm like, okay, do we need like an Erik show though?
I need to finish my show, or else I would.
I know, right?
Yeah, good. We'll let you go so you can finish your show.
Thank you so much.
Thank you again for the platform, and for elevating me and everybody that you guys elevate. Because you do it constantly.
It's a delight. We're doing literally what you are. We're just like, who's talented that we know?
Yeah, that's the game.
Whose stuff do we want to learn more about?
Yo. Who am I jealous of?
Yeah.
Yes.
Let's get them on.
Yeah, absolutely.
Whose talents do I wish I had?
Yup.
Were I to have a power like Kirby, where I could inhale them and then spit them out, presumably without harming them, but also not absorbing, but copying all of their attributes.
Yes.
And doing what I can to turn them into a star.
Yes. How do I get that? How about it, science?
Yeah, Hank Green, how do I do that?
Ask him, he will probably respond.
I know he will.
That man is a maniac.
Yeah, he will.
We love you all so much.
Thank you,
Have
trash
a
people.
Wonderful night.
Wherever
Have
you
a
at.
wonderful week. Our beautiful trash people. Good night and good climb.
Good night and good climb.
Bye.